concerns me about the Mets is, A, who's pitching the next couple of nights, really tonight with Paul Blackburn, and who we don't know is pitching Friday against Philadelphia, and they are facing good teams and division rivals.
Right, so there's question marks around everything because their bats are slumping and the pitching staff, they're just question marks.
Yes.
We don't know what Paul Blackburn's going to be as a starter because he hasn't done it yet.
I am more concerned about the Mets over the next 5 to 6 days than I am the Yankees. Now, does that mean I think the Mets season's going to go down the drain? No, I'm not saying that. But this is now a 4-game losing streak that very easily can turn into a 5-game losing streak with Paul Blackburn taking on Chris Sale. And then they got to deal with Spencer Strider. And then they likely have to deal with Zach Wheeler at some point this weekend. And we don't know who's pitching Friday. And while I'm calling on this offense to do more, they haven't done more. Now, I'd love to be wrong and watch them put up 8-9 runs. They're capable of it. They haven't done it. So right now, as we have our group therapy session, and maybe this is me being a Met fan, you can tell me if I'm being biased here, I have a few more concerns over the next few days around the Mets than I do the New York Yankees. And the other thing, and this is the irrational part, because I think what I just offered you is a rational baseball conversation. I'm about to be irrational again. Too bad. Deal with it. The Braves scare the crap out of me. And as much as we think the demons have been exercised by game 161, last night felt like every other night. It felt like every other night. I want to read a comment to you by an unknown person and an unknown date at an unknown time.
Okay.
And tell me how this doesn't apply to the Mets last night. Add this to the long list of awful losses in Atlanta. The nightmare that never ends. Does that not sound like an accurate statement?
Is that Tommy Lugauer?
That was the wise Tommy Lugauer from 2023.
Do I get credit for a day late posted and toasted?
Yes, you do.
Excellent. Yes.
I've realized that sometimes my God that I have to look up to is not current Tommy Lugauer, but 2 years ago Tommy.
Yeah, that would have been negative Tommy.
That's not negative, Tommy. That's real.
No, it's not.
Did you not feel that last night?
Negative Tommy is a bad Tiki creation. You cannot take that. It's trademarked.
That's right.
Right. So you got to be a different Tommy from 2022.
Tommy, did you not last night,
2022,
watching
Tommy.
the Mets blow a 4-1 lead in the 8th inning, watching Pete Alonso hit a ball that, how is that not a home run? And Acuna's making a leaping catch. And then Alvarez, everything that went into the loss. I don't need to break it down again.
Yeah.
Did that not, in your mind, quote, add to the long list of losses in Atlanta, the nightmare that never ends? True or false?
I can't say that after last year. After what happened last year at the end of the season in that final game. I mean, to me, if that didn't exercise the demons, I don't know what will. Like, what more did you need to see after last year to then carry it over to this year?
Beat them consistently.
All right, but they beat them consistently last year. And I think you said it brilliantly. If this happened in Pittsburgh last night, there wouldn't be crying. Azuna had a nice play. Acuna had a nice catch. Alvarez had a brain fart. Those are things that could happen anywhere on the planet Earth.
They could.
You bounce back, and to me, this all boils down to Lindor. When Lindor is rocking and rolling, the Mets are rocking and rolling. He's scuffling over the last couple of days. I have all the faith in the world in Lindor. When he gets rolling, the Mets will get rolling. No need to panic. Stop with Atlanta. I can't hear it anymore. I can't hear about the skeletons in the closet or the demons. It's a losing streak. They lost a couple games in a row. It happens.
And the key is they got to stop the losing streak now because it's 4 in a row. They got 2 more in Atlanta. They have a tough cookie in Philadelphia. Is this going to extend from a losing streak to a really bad losing streak?